Today, my topic of discussion is Europe and China in the context of COVID 19. I deliberately choose this topic today in the perspective that Chancellor Merkel has taken over the chairmanship, chairpersonship of European Union, and she was delivering her uh, first lecture on the occasion in Brussels. She was citing so many great values of European civilization, the legacy of European revolutions, respect for human rights, rule of law, and then extending her context to climate change, global digitalization, sustainable development, all these big lofty ideas. After careful study of behavior of several leaders of the world, I find that lot of leaders, especially I have a lot of expectation from European culture, which has been so much fundamental to human rights, democracy, liberties, etc., etc. Therefore, I pay special attention on European leaders when they talk about pandemic or anything. But unfortunately, these days I am quite disappointed the way many European leaders talk with regard to COVID 19. Talking of climate justice, talking of human rights, etc., etc., is okay. But you have to act, you have to walk the talk. I'm sorry to tell, Merkel has not minced a single word about human rights abuses in Hong Kong by CCP or threatening of China to Australia. Why? Because Australia demanded an independent inquiry and not means a single word about the omission and commissions of China with regard to COVID 19. Hundreds of thousands, 10,000s of the people are dying in each and every country in the world. And she is parroting those lines which were very much used to be heard pre-pandemic world. We, the people of world, want several things from the current generation of leaders. We all are champions of democracy. We all are champions of human rights. We all are champions of rule of law. We all are champions of climate justice. These all are our long term goals. There is no dispute in that. The urgency and immediacy is something which I want to emphasize. We cannot afford to have frequency of pandemics, frequency of viral disease is spread from one country to whole of the world because of the global supply chain, economics, tourism, etc., etc. On the one hand, we think that the globe is interconnected physically and digitally. Unfortunately, this virus did not come digitally. COVID 19 came physically. And the digital world is only hope now because it is the digital world which is holding the world together. We are talking to each other digitally. Our children are getting educated digitally. We are having all informations coming to us digitally. So I must say that digitalization of the globe has saved us during the COVID-19. What COVID-19 has ruined the world is its physical beauty in terms of social gatherings, in terms of visiting places, in terms of meeting, in terms of watching, in terms of tourism, in terms of doing. So in the name of physical distancing, in the name of respiratory infections, mask, substance infections, we all are now scared. But I do not want to distract from the topic. I just want to comment on the lecture of Madam Merkel of Germany. She was talking lofty ideas. Fine, I don't disagree with them. But I would have been more appreciative of her had she been talking straight away about the problem and its source. Thousands people have died in the world. Lakhs of the people are dead. And whole globe has lost trillions of dollars of economy. The European economy is going to contract by 8 to 10% in this year itself. Lot of unemployment, lot of hardships to the humanity. I mean, nothing has been so negatively disruptive as the pandemic with regard to social, economic, political, geopolitical lives. But Madam Merkel was either scared to point out CCP and China that now Europe single-handedly demands fair and independent inquiry into circumstances which led to the spread of COVID-19 from Wuhan. This independent inquiry should have been allowed by China. In case China not allowing that, what the hell WHO is doing? And why we are silent? We are silently looking at dead bodies without naming the criminal and culprit. What to say of saying culprit? We are not having the guts to demand independent inquiry from China. I could have been very much happy had the Merkel been so persistent and emphatic with regard to China, demanding unequivocally that, listen, Mr. China, if you want to be the global member of Committee of Nations, if you want to be the members of WTO, if you want to be the members of Security Council, if you want to remain the part of the globe in terms of cultural, economic, etc., you will have to allow an independent inquiry so that whole world can learn, unlearn, and know the truth of viral infection starting from Wuhan. It was not only just a virus spread, but under what circumstances the accident happened in the lab, deliberately or inadvertently, why there are rumors about several theories of conspiracy, why it is being believed that virus was nurtured in the Wuhan lab for some biological weapon angle, etc., for a long time. I mean, so many serious and substantive doubts coming in the minds of the people cannot be ravished because China is the manufacturing hub of the world, because China has promised to buy German BMWs and German cars Therefore, Merkel says that speaking against China will be economically detrimental. I'm sorry to tell, Madam Merkel, please know that Europeans have been known for their various cultural advancements for last 2 centuries. Europe is the father of democracy, Europe is the father of rule of law, father of various theories which emphasize about life, liberty, property, or pursuit of happiness. So you are talking human rights, but you did not means a single word. That word is facing the pandemic because of the negligence or criminality of one country. And that country is now browbeating all those countries which have demanded independent inquiry. And in the midst of pandemics, this country is usurping the liberties of the Hong Kong people, trying to escalate tensions because of expansionist ambitions. All neighboring countries are being threatened, are being showed bully attitude of China. South China is wrongly being claimed by China as its own ocean zone. All these things are going to disturb the global peace, and Europe should have risen to the occasion to take that global peace and global threats to the security of mankind cannot be just overlooked because talking lofty and traditional conservative copy paste lectures which could have been relevant 5 years back. I'm sorry to the speech writer and more sorry about the mentality of the speaker that the entire lecture was so much conservative and pre-COVID type of occupations that it didn't really say that who has spread the COVID-19 first and how it was spread and why it was spread and how it could have been stopped. These 5-10 questions need to be answered. And why a country is so resistant to the independent inquiry if their hands are clean? On the one hand, China should apologize before the whole world that because of its negligence and criminality, the whole world is now suffering from the virus. Thousands and thousands of people are dying. Social life have been disturbed. Economy has been crushed of all countries. And now China is showing that America is browbeating, America is bullying China. So, I mean, Europe should have come. Opposing Mr. Trump is okay because it is right. He would have said some words against you, fine. But that is a personal word. But basically, America, Europe, and all democratic countries of the world, Japan, Australia, Singapore, India, they all are democratic brothers. How come? How come just an authoritarian regime, brutally violent with regard to human rights and total opponent of rule of law, has come to a stage where no country in the world except America, Australia, and India are able to criticize openly, saying that, Mr. China, you have to put your misdeeds back and try to understand, try to introspect what went wrong with you rather than blaming the whole world. One great scholar of Hong Kong said, CCP creates a kind of thought ecosystem in the mind of people that communism is at perpetual war with the capitalist forces. Therefore, they do all kind of machinations, conspiracies to dethrone communism, which is people-centric. This narrative being created through all platforms of propaganda has outlived its time. We have been listening these things from our childhood. Let me tell you, communism is not in the China. Communism is not what CCP tells. I fully understand what Marxism was, is, and will be. In the name of Marxism, an elite comes and that elite captures the power, monopolizes the economic power through crony capitalism, and then they try to create a kind of narrative ecosystem whereby they think that they are people's army, they are people's government, they are the real vanguard of public interest. These are all eyewases. It's actually a cover, shadow under which elitism and corruption of CCP grows are for that purpose anywhere. And in this way, I find it very, very unhappy situation that Europe should be vocal and critical of China and adopt the policies which it talks. Now this is time when you should walk your values, not you just talk your values. European civilization is a civilization of great values. And when Europe keeps mum on the massacres of the people, whether from pandemic mismanagement or viral accident or viral conspiracies, etc., etc., only time will tell. And then if Europe keeps mum because of some economic benefits emerging out of China, see, Chinese CCP has tried to create an elite in each and every powerful country to talk something favorable about China or to oppose those people who can stand against China. So it funds media, it funds elite class, it funds NGOs and other vocal people who are big influencer of that society. CCP funds them, universities, colleges, media. They have a budget for that. In fact, that's in other uncivilized word is a bribing all influencers of society of a rival country or a country which can pose a control on the Chinese expansionism. So China is fighting a battle through this way. It is creating a favorable elite class in all these countries, possibly China friendly regimes, so that China gets its job done, whether trade policy, where formulation of geostrategies, whether formation of alliances, whether demand of independent inquiries with regard to pandemic. So all these things are deliberately being managed by CCP. So I think that Europe should now think that German Chancellor may be right in her own way, but she is very short-termed. She is thinking how to seize the opportunity to get trade benefits from China. But then you are going to do great injustice to the generations aspiring life, liberty, property, or pursuit of happiness, etc., etc. Just for a small gain, because China has a buying power, China has a good liquidity. Therefore, China can kill lakhs of the people with impunity. If we allow financial benefits at the cost of human lives, it's total contradiction with European values. I would have been saying it clearly that Merkel should have clearly opposed and demanded independent inquiry in China, led by a combination of powers uninfluenced by CCP, to know the truth. How will we manage? How will we learn how to handle pandemic in 20th century? I'm sorry to tell, whole world was totally taken aback, with surprise how to handle the pandemic, because we all are totally away from pandemic experiences. 1917, 1914, whatever the pandemic was there, nobody is surviving to tell the memories, and enough water has flown in Thames and in Ganga since then. So it was actually, entire world was caught by surprise. Initially, China downplayed it with connivance of WHO. Later on, when the whole world became aware, it was too late. And the virus spread like a jungle fire. Therefore, I would expect Europe to get out of the shadow of pro-Chinese mindsets for small gains. Even I will eat one bread, but I will not tolerate a situation where I am given bread and butter with no human rights, with no liberties, with no prevalence of rule of law. That is exactly what China is trying to do with the whole world. Initially, it has been doing with its own people. Starting from Tiananmen Square to Muslims bordering Iran side and all that, capturing Tibet, violating Hong Kong commitments, threatening Taiwan, threatening Australia, killing soldiers of India, instigating Pakistan, promoting terrorism and whatnot, weaponization of economies. China is doing all out to stop Europe and America and to occupy the premium position in the world, to dictate terms. Are we ready to be dictated by CCP? I tell Europeans that if you allow China to grow at the pace which you have been allowing for last 10 years, believe me, after 10 years, China will be a bigger superpower than America today. And then China will tell what is the meaning of human rights in Europe. Then you will lose all your legacies, cultural legacies, etc., etc. So this is the right time. This is a wake-up call that we should understand that an authoritarian China is not acceptable. We have no problem with the Chinese people. They are fine people. They are people like anywhere in the world. What I hate, and the whole world should be afraid of, is the CCP, because the venomous propaganda and authoritarianism combined with neo-colonialism, expansionism, trade colonialism, manufacturing hub colonialism China has been doing is unprecedented in history. Unfortunately, this year we have elections in USA. So the world is not taking seriously the threats of America to China because they are thinking it to the election propaganda. But I should tell you all that it is in the interest of America first and the world last that China remains not a superpower but a controlled power by all the big powers of the world, so that China behaves responsibly, China is disciplined, and China acts with transparency and respect for global values, which all of us have seen during and after various revolutions and intellectual revolutions. So I think that European Commission should think twice and take a firm stand to inquire independently, to fix the responsibilities, and then the people who have died in their countries, let the matter should go to respective courts to award penalties on China for its omissions and commission. If I'm driving a car, I kill a person, irrespective of my justifications, I am accountable to pay the damage and other criminalities. And how can a China killing lakhs of the people is scot free? What kind of dichotomous position we are watching? A person kills one person and he is charged with murder. He remains in jail for whole life. And a country and a CCP leader who has killed lakhs of the people in the world have no remorse, have no accountability, and we all are watching helplessly. And then in European Parliament, you are giving lectures of human rights, rule of law. Madam, your intentions are pious, but this is the time when we should fix the responsibility and act in unison with our values. Let us walk our values. Let us identify who are the threats to our values. If China is threat to European civilization, it is better, it is earlier than nothing to understand and act accordingly. Thank you. I think that Europe will understand this. I have a lot of expectations from Europe. There are so many mature leaders. They should understand the threats. They should understand the correct course of action. They understand the geostrategy better. So Europe should be taking the lead position till American elections are over to fix China within the size it deserves. Thank you very much.